Hello, I'm Gail Pletnick, the proud superintendent of the Dysart Unified School District. It is with great pleasure I present to our Dysart community the draft copy of our revised strategic plan and profile of a graduate. Since spring of our last year, our community has been engaged in our district's revision process, and we have been able to include the voices of the thousands of community members in this work. Through our community survey, focus groups, action teams, the 3R Summit, and the Profile of a Graduate Task Force, together we have created a draft strategic plan. Dysart utilizes the strategic plan revision process every 3 years to ensure we have a plan that reflects the learning needs of our students and provides a clear roadmap to achieve those outcomes. The strategic plan represents our contract with our stakeholders to provide vital educational services and obtain the results our Dysart community identifies as critical to the growth of our students and thus for our community. Using research, data, and the expertise and experiences of the community, we have produced the goals, objectives, measures of success, and a profile of a graduate that will lead the Dysart District to that next level of excellence. However, the work is not complete just yet. We ask our community members to review this work and provide feedback on the draft plan. After viewing the stakeholder video and reviewing the written plan and the profile, we ask that you submit any feedback using the link provided or call the strategic plan phone line and leave your recommendations or your questions. All feedback will be reviewed and any necessary changes will be made before the plan is submitted to the Governing Board for final approval in March of 2017. The last day to submit public comments or questions will be February 23, 2017. Thank you in advance for taking the time to review the draft 2017-2020 Dysart Strategic Plan and Profile of a Graduate. Please allow me to introduce Mr. Justin Greathouse to introduce the proposed Goal A academics.
Thank you, Dr. Pletnick. It is my pleasure to share the recommendations of Goal A academics. Goal A. All Dysart students, through personalized learning, will develop the knowledge, skills, and dispositions as defined by the Dysart Profile of a Graduate that ensures 21st century success. To achieve this goal, we are recommending the following objectives. 1. Design and implement curriculum, instruction, and assessment that supports personalized learning. 2. Design, select, and implement multiple pathways for students and staff for utilizing instructional resources and training that support personalized learning. To measure this success, all Dysart schools will demonstrate academic improvement as measured by multiple measures. For the 2017-18 high school year, this includes the number enrolled and the at or above average grade in core honors classes, Algebra 3-4, dual enrollment classes, advanced placement, CTE completion, other standardized assessments like Cambridge, SAT, IB, etc., AZ merit scores, GPA, attendance, suspensions and expulsion rates, graduation rates. For K-8 2017 through 2018, these measures include AZ merit scores, attendance, suspension and expulsion rates, promotion rates, Cambridge. In 2018 through 2019, additional high school measures will include ASVAB, CTE credentials, and FAFSA. For K-8, coding, advanced math, GPA, and other CCR and K-8 accountability measures, as identified by the state, will be included in 2018. Now let me introduce Christina Garcia from Goal B, Culture and Leadership Action Team.
Thank you, Justin. For Goal B, we are recommending the following. We are Dysart, a culture of shared leadership, advancing student success with open communication, innovation, ownership, and empowerment. To fulfill Goal B, our action team is recommending the following objectives. 1. Design and implement professional development pathways for advancement and leadership. 2. Create shared values resulting in an environment of open communication, innovation, and ownership. To measure the success of Goal B efforts, the results of surveys and focus groups will indicate a level of satisfaction in the areas of communication, innovation, empowerment, and ownership. Let us now welcome Karen Winterstein from the Goal C Safety Action Team.
For Goal C, we are recommending the following. Our goal is, through consistent processes, to ensure digital safety of students and staff as Dysart effectively utilizes technology to transform the learning and business environment. To fulfill Goal C, our goal is to increase awareness and application of responsible digital citizenship practices by all stakeholders. To measure the success of Goal C efforts, students and staff assessments will indicate a satisfactory level of awareness related to digital safety. Let me now introduce to you Larry Woods to review Goal D resources.
Thank you, Karen. For Goal D resources, our goal was to identify and maximize available resources to support the strategic plan. To fulfill Goal D, our action team is recommending the following objectives. First, using input from district stakeholders, identify, prioritize, allocate, and monitor budget resources to support the strategic plan. Second, utilize our human resources, which are our students, parents, and staff, to showcase the district's accomplishments to our entire community. And third, actively pursue new and additional resources and partnerships. To measure the success of Goal D efforts, the following will need to be evident. First, financial and resource reviews will indicate compliance. Second, there will be an increase in the number of partnerships and/or contribution of resources. And third, a process for gathering stakeholder feedback related to resources will be developed.
We appreciate all the efforts by our action teams to propose this work. We have a number of things to be proud of in our district, and one accomplishment that reverberates throughout our schools, in the lives of our students, and in the pulse of our community is our focus on meeting student needs through the strategic planning process. Thank you for taking the time to be involved with this process. Together, we can build a positive future for our students. We are Dysart.